Good evening. So it's Thursday night, and this is part of my What Now series. I'm Diane Evans with Stampin' with Diane. .com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up Demonstrator here in British Columbia, smoky British Columbia, I might add. In any event, every week on a Thursday, I pick something that you may have in your crafting stash, and I hope that I can give light to something that you can do with the particular project or product that I pick out. And tonight, I picked out foam adhesive sheets, and they're pretty neat little tool. I know I've got it in my head that I'd love to see it in black, but right now they're just in white. These are a real gem, let me tell you. If you don't have them, it would be something I would seriously consider about putting in your next order when you are just, looking at adding something to it, or if you've got Stampin' Rewards, because these foam adhesive sheets are so much fun to play with. So we are going to do a card. It's kind of formulated up in my head. In any event, we're going to do it on the fly like I like to do on Thursday nights anyways. And we are going to do a card that I'm also incorporating. I have a challenge, and it's a color challenge that I have to do, and it has to include Bermuda Bay, Melon Mambo, and Granny Apple Green. So I'm going to incorporate and try to do a card doing that. Now, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully it works out. So I am going to turn around, and I am going to just switch up my camera, and we'll just put this down here. So I've got a bunch of different tools and that sort of stuff there. So what this is these foam adhesive sheets. Now you get, I think there's 6 that you get, and they're about 4 1/4 or 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. And I keep mine in one of these boxes just because I want to keep them all together. But I've done a lot with them. You can do a lot of different things with them. But the beauty of them is that you can do a made-to-order dimensional is really what it kind of works out to. So you can pop up words, you can pop up different images, you can pop up a bunch of different things. So like I say, and then I have another really neat use for it, and I'll use that at a later date. So we're going to use some of these foam adhesive sheets. We're going to also use some, we're going to need our cut and emboss machine, because I'm actually going to coordinate it with these playful alphabet dies. It works really good for this sort of stuff, but also you could take little images, you could stamp things, and stamp them and then cut them out with your die cuts, and they work great. So I'm going to use that, and I'm also going to use this stamp set. I love this stamp set. I've got so many things that you could do with this stamp set, but I'm going to play with this stamp set as well tonight. So first of all, I want to make something with this Granny Apple Green. Like I said, I've got to use Granny Apple Green, I've got to use Melon Mambo, and I've got to use Bermuda Bay. Now check these 3 colors out together. Aren't they gorgeous? I think the Granny Apple Green, when I see it with especially Bermuda Bay, I know I can live with the Granny Apple Green. I haven't used it that much. So I went and I cut these pieces, and they're 1 inch by 3 1/2, I think. And what I'm going to do is, I don't need this that long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. So this is like I say, like a dimensional. So all you're going to do is you're just going to peel off one side of it, and you're going to just put it on your paper. Just like so. And then what we can do is we can take some some letters from this alphabet dies. And I mean, if you have other alphabet dies, you can use those as well. It'd be really nice with the large ones that we used to have. I'm going to bring out my little cut and emboss machine, because we're going to actually cut these out. So let's see, I'm going to put this over this way. And do I have my, yeah, I've got my tape here, and I'm just going to, all right. So now what I want to do is I want to create a word with this. So I'm actually going to use what they've got here, the word create. And this is kind of a fun one that you can send to other crafters. But I've got a C, we're going to use create. And you know, I'm not going to make this so that it's even. Oh, I did. I was going to show something else that I had actually. But that's okay. That could be for another day. And let's just put that in there. You know, and I'm not going to actually hold that down with my tape. I think I'm just going to try to wing it with my plate. So I'm just going to put my plate in like that and drop it down and then hold it in place. And I don't know, I haven't tried it with the mini cut and emboss, so I'm actually going to run this through twice. I'm just going to go back and forth. I don't know if you need to. I know with the big cut and emboss machine you don't need to. Right. So let's just put that down for now. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to pop these words out. So I'm going to put that back onto this thing here because I'm afraid of losing those letters. They pop off so quickly. All right. So see, what we can do is we have these words. So what I can do, I'm just going to put this over to one side here. Now, if I'm wanting to use this, and I'm thinking you can use this also as a negative, I definitely want to keep that one piece out of the A and the R. So we might need to do that, or maybe we don't need to do that. So let's just show that. Whoops. That didn't take the backing off, so let's go ahead and take that off because I don't know if I want to put that on there yet. And pop that out. Just put that on there. And then, of course, the C. So, like I say, we can turn around and we can use these letters. Just going to leave this like this. So I'm going to just see, because I don't know whether or not if I'm going to use those ones on my card or not, but see how we could do this, where you can use the negative from it as well. So it's just showing you, it's popped up, so it kind of gives you that idea of doing it. But I want to show you something else that we could do. We could really fussy this up, or we could fancy it up. So I have this, and I'm actually going to just put this down on here, and I want to keep it. That was just a temporary, well, we don't know if that's going to work now. No, it's not. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. The smoke really makes me sneeze a lot. Okay, so I'm going to make my own paper. So I've got my Bermuda Bay. Like I say, I'm using the colors that I have to use. So I'm just going to come in with this. And I'm hoping I can get that word. Yeah, I should be able to get that word out of that space that's there. Okay, so now, and you know what? So that I don't get that stuck on anything, I think I'm going to go in with this part. And I just want to cut these parts off so that I know where they are. I've done, I don't know if you remember that quite curvy die set. They had a vine in there that had leaves, and I used this for my leaves, and I got to pop up the leaves. So it just shows that there's different things, like there's different images. If you had some small like buds off of the flowers, you could do that as well. All right, so now I want to go ahead and put that crate back on here. And we might as well spell it right instead of just putting them. And you know, I could do it straight, but I think so that I don't have to worry about it, it's better to, well, I think because I had this straight, I could have. Let's just put this here. And there's the E. Okay. So like I say, I'm going for a color challenge, which like I say is the Melon Mambo, the Bermuda Bay, and also the Granny Apple Green. Now, if I wanted to, I could also do do individual letters, right? So let's just bring that back in. So let's do that. And let's bring this back in. I think this would be kind of neat with the stripes in there. So I guess there was a bit of a hurricane or something back east. And then I saw somebody's house down in the States that lost their roof. Oh my goodness, pretty darn scary. Like, we're just not getting a break with all these forest fires. And you know what? I probably should have ran that through twice. You know what? I'm going to do it again. Yeah, we're just not getting a break. Okay, let's just run that through. There we go. These colors are so pretty together. All right, so let's just take that out. And I guess if I wanted to, what I could do is I could use some of this, and like I could do it like this. That would be kind of fun too. Yeah, that'd be lots of fun. So, but like I say, you could be really, really creative with these adhesive sheets. Now the T. I gotta put that T on the back there until we're ready to put it onto the card. And I think when I put it onto the card, so I don't have to worry about doing it straight, I'm going to do it the same way that I put it on this backing as well. Oops, there we go. Let's see. Probably should just use my pick tool. It would be a lot easier. There we go. And this. This kind of, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of a carnival. Anyways. Now where's that E? There it is. When you're playing with these alphabets, it's best to have a place to put that. Probably a magnetic sheet would be the best. So like I say, you could have that like that with the crate, or you could have it like this, or whatever. It'd be really nice. Okay, so like I say, staying with the theme, I'm keeping to the theme of the color theme of Bermuda Bay, Melon Mambo, and the Granny Apple Green. I have a piece of black cardstock, and it's 4.5, or it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Geez, I'm losing my voice. It's probably because of that smoke. And I'm just going to use my bone folder. Now, I have a piece of Bermuda Bay already cut, and I'm going to do it kind of off-centered. And so it won't really matter even if this is straight either. So I'm just going to use my seal. I don't know for a color challenge if I'm allowed to use black or white. I think you are. Should maybe read up on that. Okay, and I'm going to put my melon mambo on there. Now the one color that I'm not putting on here, let's see, let's do this like this, is I'm not going to go ahead. Oh, I should have put something else. I should have done something else that I was going to do. Okay, so I have this piece of black polka dot, and this is from that Hostess set of the Designer Series paper. Now, I want to see whether or not if I can do this. Let's see. I'm thinking about using some ribbon on here to make it kind of fun as well. You know what? I can do that. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to have it go this way. So I think I'm going to put my words on here. I'll get those middle parts out. Or should I use the Granny Apple Green? What do you think? Should I use the Granny Apple Green or should I do the mixture of the colors? I'm going to let you guys decide. And I had done in a video the other day, I had shown this soft succulent ribbon. Because it is a green type color, I went and I came in and I colored it with my Bermuda Bay to give me the Bermuda Bay color. Because we don't have any Bermuda Bay ribbon. So, nobody's saying? Well, I think at that point I'm just going to go in and I am going to use the colored ones. Now, I also want to do this words, and I'm going to say, let's create together. So I'm going to come in with my Melon Mambo, and I'm going to come in with my Memento ink. And I know I have these words. Oh, here we go. And I'm just going to fussy cut these ones out. And let's do the together. Like I say, you could do a lot of things. Let's celebrate together. Let's, you know, like there's just different words that you could use. So, like I say, this is just going to be a fun colored card. Like I say, with these adhesive sheets, there's so many different things. I forgot to bring down one thing. I was going to show you how to actually do it a real shiny letters, but that could be for another time as well. You know, I don't know if I'm going to wrap that around. I'm thinking that maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave this like this, and then I could go ahead and, yeah, we'll see how that works. All right, so let's go ahead and put the crate on there. Now, let's go there. I guess we have a couple more fires in our area. But I tell you, what weird weather. And the worst thing is I guess there's a bunch of fires that have been created. There's 11 fires in our fire district that have been started that's human caused. So that's pretty scary in itself. All right. And that's T. Yeah, I really like this, like this. Oh, I should have had that over more. Ugh. Probably should have started from this end. Let me just see if I can pull this up. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull these up. They're just like our dimensionals. They stick on really, really good. There we go. Carefully take those up. Because it's designer series paper, it could rip off really, really easy. There we go. We're just going to do it that way. I really wish I had done it the other way. All right. So now what I can do is I can go ahead. I can just see this even with the little girls' party. I think they'd have fun with that, something like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this onto here. And then these words, and I could have changed up. I could have used any color. I guess I could have done my Granny Apple Green with that. So I'm going to come here. Now, the beauty also of these adhesive sheets is you can go ahead and you can cut like dimensionals where they're a certain type, a certain size of dimensionals. So they're like, oh, that's no good. There we go. So I want to have just like a sheet below those. So just like what you can do with the little baby or the baby dimensionals, you can use this as dimensional. Like I say, there's another really great couple of ideas that you can do with this as well. Now, we're just going to go and put that on there. Makes it so much easier than taking off a bunch of the... Can you imagine trying to put little dimensionals on the back of those letters? Okay. That's not very good. I'm just going to cut that part off. There we go. So can you think of other things that you can do with these dimensionals, these adhesive sheets? So let's put that there. And let's put this up here. There. And if we wanted to, you could use designer series paper as well. So does this need, let's see if we can put some ribbon on there. I think what I'll do is I'll just tie that in a knot, maybe. And that's not going to show. I think it'd be kind of fun to have this as streamers, but I don't know how I could get that effect. Oh, okay, I could do it that way. All right, so let me just tie this in a bit of a knot. It's not really my type of a card, but it'll work. Okay, I'm going to come in with a glue dot, and we'll see how this works. If it doesn't work, we can take it off, right? Let's do it like that. Come in with our ribbon scissors. And this is the polished pink ribbon. And like I say, it's this soft succulent, but I've gone ahead and colored it. And do we want anything else on there? This is definitely giving a party feel. All right, so we could come in also with, I think we could come in with rhinestones, or I don't know if they would really show up. I wonder if these would. You know, I think I'll do this, but I'm going to come in with my Melon Mambo blends, and let's see if we can color these. Yeah, this will work. Okay. And let's go ahead and put these, whoops. All right, we'll color another one. All right. I could take this end off and just they don't really show up. Oops. And I'm going to actually, they don't really show up, but I'm going to put them on anyways. And I'm putting 5 on here today. And then what we could do is we could decorate the inside. But there's kind of a, I don't know, it kind of looks like a, I think a carnival sort of thing is what I kind of think. But anyways, oh, man, I tell you, I don't know where sometimes some of these wild ideas come from, but I wanted to show you these, and I wanted to show you that you could do it like that, or we could have done it in a solid color, but this just gives you something that you could do with your strips of cardstock or anything like that. So let me just bring this down. Like I say, these are the foam adhesive sheets. They're like, you can make your own dimensionals, any type of a dimensional. So, and like I say, I've got another really neat idea that you can do with these, but we'll do that at a later date.